What is the reason?
Daga.
Okay, Papa.
Uh,
What is the reason behind any war?
any war. So there is one old philosophical statement. It reads something like this: every war begins in the mind before it begins on the battlefield. So either love or war, the birthplace is one's mind. Right now, Israel and US and USA, America and Iran are at war. And Iran is in war with UAE and neighboring provinces or countries like Kuwait, Bahrain, something like that. So this humanity had seen many wars before. Many pandemics we have seen and many wars. Pandemics are not man-made. It could be nature calamities like tsunamis and what some, but wars are completely man-made. So in the 100 years, we have seen five major wars across the globe. You know, and the reasons were very small. There was a man called Frank Ferdinand. So he was a archduke, and between 1914 to 1915, he was assassinated by somebody, a fringe group, and that particular murder created a situation, and that led to World War One. Many countries. The reason is very small. For example, a boy slapped a girl. It's a small incident, but after 3 days, we see two families fighting. After 1 month, two villages fighting. The incident is small, but everyone take it personally. So this Archduke Franz Ferdinand's assassination fueled emotions of that particular minds. The war began. The reason is he's archduke, so collapse of empire. He was a king, something like that. So in that World War One, more than 16 to 18 million people died. So war is very expensive. For example, India Operation Sindhur been conducted by India, and we just finished in 2 days. And all opposition parties kept on saying you would have continued for 10 more days. You would have, you know, occupied Karachi and all that. But the reality, the people who understand economics, they realize that continuing war is not a good idea at all. So thousands of lives will be destroyed overnight. That's what happened in World War. Many countries were involved, and all countries' economy came to a halt. And they took more than 30 or 40 years to regain in every aspect, culturally, economically, this and that. Then World War II, just before our Indian independence, 1947. In World War II occurred between 1934 in that area. It's called the era of Holocaust. If you just type Holocaust, you will see all sad stories all over the world. More than 70 million people died. More than World War One, because World War One they used only ordinary weapons, but at the time World War Two, many things happened. A lot of technology came into being. Aeroplanes were introduced, bombs were introduced. So Hiroshima and Nagasaki, all this big Holocaust took place at the time of World War Two. So what this world has learnt from war is nothing. So many people, they kept on analyzing even after World War II. Hitler became one of the prominent figure at the time. Subhash Chandra Bose went to meet Hitler at the time. USSR and America, this and that. The entire world divided into two groups. It's like two families, two colonies fighting in the same way. Two countries, two groups of countries were fighting. So nobody knows exactly the what is the reason. Few people have reasons like business, They want to sell their missiles, so they were in war. So they want to retain their regime, so they were in war. So somebody wants to prove a point, they were at war. Somebody wants to establish a caliphate, because of that reason they were at war. So nobody knows. Now America and Israel waging war against Iran. There might be million reasons. Yesterday they killed Ayatollah Khamenei, the Shia religious leader, and people celebrating over there, and Shias in India crying as if their daddy died. So strange phenomena. So war makes human mad. So many great people have analyzed the reasons behind any war. So most of the people said the world is at war because the individual is divided. I don't like you. I don't like your ideology. I don't like your opinion. I don't like your views. That is the first step. The second step is argument. The third step is war. You throw a glass at somebody's husband, it's a war. That's all. War is not something which is done with missiles and this and that. That idea to throw something on somebody, to reject, to eliminate somebody, I will kill you if you don't listen to me. That is war. So the whole humanity is at war. The only thing is they are at war in home, but this is in the battlefield. So nowadays we have high-end technology, iron dome technology, a satellite technology, everything. So every country has their own artillery. It's called Blitzkrieg. తెలుసా అర్థం? Anybody knows the meaning? Blitzkrieg. It means Yuddha Tantra. So everyone is thinking day in, day out how to defeat the other country, how to cross the other country's border, how to encroach the lands of other country. So how to, it's same. It's the old human mentality. So many people have the great masters like Krishnamurti and Osho. People discussed great deal about why wars take place. What is the main reason? Albert Einstein gave a wonderful statement. I think that is one of the most sensible statement no one has ever given before. He said, World War I happened, we know that. World War II happened, we know that. So in one, people fought with rifles. In two, people fought with aeroplanes. If at all, World War II, so World War III yet to happen, and now everyone is thinking or assuming that this may be the beginning of World War III. Now at least 10 countries are involved in this war. Iran, Israel, US, Bahrain, Kuwait, UAE, and India is watching, Russia is watching, France is watching, Britain is watching, and nobody knows which side India is going to take. India is slowly going to take the side of Israel.
ఎందుకు?
There are many reasons. Because in 1974 war, Israel helped us.
ఇజ్రాయెల్ మంచి దేశం
For us, not for Palestinians. So that's a big story. So why people? So Albert Einstein said one beautiful statement. He tried to just remember what I am saying and understand the gravity of it. He said World War I, people fought with rifles. World War II, people fought with aeroplanes and missiles. World War III yet to happen. If at all World III happen, people will use anubombu, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, nuclear bombs. This will be nuclear warfare. So if at all World War III happens, the entire humanity will die, because with nuclear warfare no one is going to survive.
అంటే మొత్తం ప్రపంచం మొత్తం
Nuclear means, and then smell bombs, దాన్ని ఏమంటారు, అణ్వాయుధాలు. You only smell, you don't have a chemical bomb. Just one capsule, and it will reach 100 kilometers, all people will die. So these things will happen. If at all World War III happens, entire humanity will die, and at least 5% of humanity will survive also. If at all man survives, World War IV will happen for sure. Because that is bound to happen. At that time he definitely will fight with sticks, because at that time he will not be having any technology. All technology is gone, all missiles are gone, all knowledge is gone, but the anger is there. The hatred is there. To kill somebody, that instinct is there. So everyone is at war. So first of all, we should be humble. We should learn to be humble. That is the first step to end the war. We should not preach here somewhere on the stage and go home and scream at somebody, hate at somebody, throw something, mud at somebody, mudslinging. That is not all good.
Even in this war, people are fearing Iran will throw a dirty
It happens.
bomb,
It happens.
nuclear
Yeah.
bomb.
There is one beautiful country that should be disappear from face of earth. That beautiful country's name is Pakistan. So until unless Pakistan is there, everyone has some work. So just I'll conclude by saying 2 or 3 things. What is the prime reason behind any war? For example, Ayatollah Khomeini, he is a Iranian. He is a Iranian religious leader. Why people in India crying?
The people, Iranian people,
No,
not Indian people.
both are Muslims. Both believe in same doctrine and both are Shias. Now Sunnis won't cry. So the crux is, it is nothing to do with the country. So Ayatollah Khomeini is against India. He gave many statements against India, but it's nothing to do with a stand against India. He is a Musliman, he is a Shia, and he is our world religious leader, and he died Matam. We all cry. So this, its attachment with a belief is the prime reason. So 300-400 years ago, when before invade India, Mughals invaded India. Before Mughals came into India, that Afghanistan region, at least 650 years, the entire world experienced bloodbath. One has to read history. It's all full of blood. It's called crusades. Anyone have ChatGPT, read for 10 minutes, you will be surprised. Now we are living at most peaceful society actually. 100 years ago, the time was different. 1000 years ago, everywhere you don't even know who is coming into your city. There were no CC camera. There was no surveillance. There were no weaponry. You don't know how to defend yourself. People were under great fear. Suddenly a person comes and he rules. He kills everybody and he declares his dictatorialship on that particular regime. So the first thing is, the main reason is religious belief. Attachment to a religious belief and believing that my belief is great might be the prime reason for any war. The second is fear, because I may lose my power. So before I lose, it's like there is one word, elagu nenu murigipotanu, ondanni munche potanu. That is the psychology of human being. So religious, the fear of losing power might be another reason. If any regime is fighting against another regime, because this particular person, the president or a king, or so he is in fear of losing his power. This is the second. The third is ego. Somebody is not listening to me. I don't like his existence at all. I want him dead at any cost. This kind of hate monger attitude could be the prime reason for a big wars. So, and these are main psychological reasons, and there are external reasons also. There might be business, there might be trade, there might be oil, there might be land. Anything can become the prime reason for any war. But one thing is sure, because of war, a person dies and another person becomes the king or a president or something. A regime change can happen, but thousands of people's ordinary lives also will be destroyed. So we are living in a very educated society, but what human has been doing? We are still fighting with each other. So people have to realize that we have to end, you may not end the outer war, at least end your inner war. That is the message we should all get. Don't fight with your surroundings. Don't fight with your sister. Don't fight with your mother. Arey, you don't have the ability to accept somebody else's opinion. How can you accept anything else? So put your ego aside when you are with family. So don't create a family or a house a war zone. Don't. So this is what I want to say. There are million reasons why people fight. There was a simple poem. I'll just recite it, then I'll go and prepare vankaya curry. So before the gun was fired, a thought was sharpened. Before the borders burned, an ego was wounded. Nations don't first fight, minds do. A belief stood rigid, a fear stood tall, and somewhere inside a human heart, compassion grew small. We draw lines on maps, but the real lines are here, between me and you, invisible, between love and fear. The battlefield is not only land, it is in your memory, in your identity, in your pride. Until the war within is silenced, the outer war will not subside. So drop not just weapons, drop the hatred you hold. Peace is not a treaty you signed, it is a courage in the soul. So, through agreements, love cannot sustain. Only through understanding, anything will sustain. So, by saying this, I say goodbye. World is at war. I pray that immediately Israel and US should come to a conclusion, and Iran might have done lot of mistakes. So Iran also should not get disturbed because of some activity. They should not throw any bomb on Pakistan tonight. I'm assuming that something will happen tonight. So I'm not the reason. I'm only assuming. అట్లా అయిందనుకో మళ్ళీ నన్ను ఏమనొద్దు. సో టాటా బాయ్ బాయ్ అంతే బేటా.